What's going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Hope everybody out there is doing well. As for myself, I am doing well on this side, just sitting down at the desk, actually listening to the rain come down outside, which kind of sucks, because that means I might be working in the rain tonight. Got to keep them flight benefits current, so it is what it is. If it's raining, we're gonna make it happen. I'd rather be in the rain than what they deal with up north and all of that snow. I do not know how they do it. But today we have a full list of trades today, man. I don't know, I won't say I went overboard, but I did trade quite a bit today. So let's go ahead, let's bring up TRADERVUE and you'll see what I'm talking about. Reviewing trades for Tuesday, March 28th. Took a total of 10 trades today. Closed P&L 145. 2 red trades, the rest of them green, fairly small little base hits. Somewhat like yesterday was, but I kind of had that mental expectation, so it didn't really drain me as much as it did yesterday. But first trade, this was a pre-market entry on SI. I traded SI yesterday and I was red. It was back on the watch list again this morning. Took a stab at it, small green. So we'll review that one. Microsoft, decent trade. We'll review that one. Took a few stabs at the SPY, little small wins and small losses. Looked like we probably finished up down $1 on the SPY. NVDA, we finished up red on that one. We took a red trade and then a small green one. AMD, look at this. We were sizing in too. 5 contracts here, 5 contracts there, 10 contracts on Apple, made 45. And then this one right here, that's something new that I have never traded before. The SPX. This was something that Spark, who hangs out in the Discord, and he has a YouTube channel as well called Spark and Trade, or Spark and Trade. He trades SPX sometimes. He was taking a trade on it. He was kind of explaining how it works. I looked at it, took a stab at it. That contract I paid $20 for, and I made $20. And that contract I think hit a high of $65 that I could have made out of it. Got in a trade, I put my order in to sell. This thing popped up, tagged me, and then it still had some more room. So we'll review that one as well. So I'm trying to see what I want to look at. We'll look at SI, Microsoft, maybe the SPY, Apple, and SPX. So let's go on ahead. Let's jump on into it. I'm trying to make it fairly quick, so I don't want to kind of review all of them, but all of them play an important part in figuring out what we did on the day. But looking at the SPY opened up, not doing really anything, just kind of hovering around previous day's close. We did have this hourly down channel here, and then you see a very wide hourly or 4-hour up channel. So we was kind of in a no man's land. Market opens, comes up the previous day's close, bounces off of this hourly down channel, and then just kind of chops around. Later on in the day, it finally tried to catch a little direction, and it closed a little higher than pretty much right where it's at. It's just staying there. So that's what the SPY did. Let's go ahead. Let's run through these SPY trades real quick. First one we lost 17 bucks on. I'm assuming it's this one. Must have took 2 trades on it. So let's come on over and take a peek. Yep, we did. Took 2 trades on that contract. So let's see what we were doing. Come on. There we go. And I had shrunk that, so let's put it back to auto so these candles look normal. Let's look and see. First trade, getting in. on this candle right here. And let's bring that back out. This is a call. Getting in right there. Or possibly as it broke the high of this. Just getting in on that candle. Nope, don't really see it. We just breaking previous day's low, getting back over it. Got resistance out here to the right. Let's see where we got out at. So getting out in this candle, not sure where in the candle. Let's come over here and look and see. We got out at 151. Getting out as this thing is coming back down. We got in this at 149. Man. And I did say that I think I'm gonna do something a little different on my option trades. I'm gonna start getting in off of the option chart. That'll kind of help me with my entries and my exits, so where I don't have to mark it in and catch as much slippage as I am. But getting in as it was breaking this area, no real clear pattern. Again, resistance here, but this thing pulls back and then it makes this little move higher. We were in at 149 on 5 contracts. We got out 2 of them at 151. That was making $2 a contract. And then we got out of 3 more of them over here for 142, losing money on the contract. So that was a red trade right there. That was a little ugly. We jump right back around. We get in this one. So this thing pulls back. We get in almost like a little buy setup right there. Again, not much more than 1 R in that move. It kind of pulls back and then it makes the move. Let's see where we get out at. Getting out on the back side of this move. So not the best entries and definitely not the best management getting out. It was a good exit though, because this did flush down. Finally popped and made a nicer move up. And then it set a high at 173. That's setting that high right there in that candle. So first trades we were in at 149. So that was about a $22 move on all of those contracts. Not much room in it. And definitely not anything to write home about. Let's look at this next SPY trade real quick. See what it looked like. This was another call. So we were continuing to go long on these. I don't see it, y'all. I don't see it. Maybe y'all see it. Maybe y'all see something that I don't see. But if that's the candle that we're getting in, and again, this is the 1-minute chart. So I'm going to flip this over to the 2-minute chart and we'll look and see. But getting in right there. I get out of this in this candle here. So don't know why I'm buying below previous low of day. This thing gonna usually do exactly what it did, and then it made the move. Let's look at a 2-minute chart real quick, just to see if that might give a different picture. That's entry, that's exit, not really. That's entry, that's exit, not really. Nope, that's entry, that's exit. Nah, I don't see no reason why we were taking trades on any of those. Excuse me, on any of those. And that's probably why we lost $1 on all of those trades, plus commissions. $1 plus commissions. Let's go ahead and take a look at SI real quick. SI was a banger. Pull up the 1 minute on this one. Y'all probably got a peek at it. So got in this one at 206. Yep. Getting in this one right here, pre-market. Stop on this was technically right here, but I gave this 10 cents worth of room. So I'm in at 206. My stop is 196 because I'm giving it about 10 cents. About 10, maybe a little less than 10, because I had 150 shares. 10 cent stop, I'm risking $15. So little less than 10 cents. But we see market opens, peekaboo's up, it drops these tails to stop these people out. Look at that. If I do that right there, this first red candle, it's stopping people out that put their stops right there. This next candle is going after the people that think they smart. This is going after the people that think they smart, and they're giving this 1 cent. Because look, where I have that at, that's 201. If you put your stop right there, I'm gonna give it a penny, you still gonna get stopped out. Let's give it a little more room so it can kind of forget about us. And this thing does exactly what I wanted it to do. You see, I have an hourly up channel on the chart. Found that pre-market on the 1 hour chart. This thing trades right to the top of it. Let's look and see where I got out of these trades at. So I got out of 100 shares at 223 and then the 50 at 222. Look at that, man. I rode this thing back down a good little ways. I should have just had my stop right here. 2 minute bar by bar. Would have got out at 225. That's an extra 2 pennies. Extra couple of bucks on 150 shares. But the thing is, this trade worked perfectly. And I stayed in it because I had the expectation that this was going to make a move all the way back up. Let's look and see what it did. Came over here, tested it. That's what I like to see. I like to see that my channels are actually being tested. So that was SI. Solid entry on the pre-market, giving it extra room and letting it work. That was a solid trade. Let's go ahead and take a peek at Microsoft. Take a peek at Microsoft and see what we did. 2 contracts. Look like we in a little before 9:35. Microsoft, we have a down channel. I just see the hourly down channel. I get in Microsoft on this candle right chill. Let's get on over there. Right there. So Microsoft opens, kind of peekaboos above previous day's close, or previous day's low, I'm sorry. Leaves these bottoming tails. This is like a little dangerous to be trading against, but I'm still knowing that this has room down to right here. So I get in right there, 2 contracts. I get out of the first contract as this is pushing down. So we're good. We're giving this time to work. Let's come over here and check. Getting out right there. And then this one, we got out a little bit higher. We got out 3 pennies higher on it. We'll just drop it there. So getting in right there, or getting out right there. Get out on the next one in this candle as it's coming down into this zone. Little small zone right there. And we get out right there. But that was $53 on those 2 contracts. Nice, solid move. What did we leave on the table? 226. So possibly another $25 per contract was in that move. So another 50 bucks. But nope, I'm good with that. Let's go on and get that money and keep it pushing. Let's look at Apple. What time we're working with? Yeah, let's look at Apple real quick. And then I'm going to look at SPX. Where's Apple? Pull this one over. Thinly traded. This one is thinly traded. Know that by the little dashes. This was a little later in the morning that we took this trade. This was one that we were kind of talking about in the Discord. And this was a call. So had Apple in a couple of different little small intraday down moves. But Apple had broken out of this down channel, kind of just hovering. And if you look right here, you see this green line? That's the weekly up channel. It was trying to get back in the weekly up channel. Buyer said no. I kind of like that. Pushed it up over the 20 moving average. I'm getting in as it broke on that side. So I wasn't getting in on the lower side. Getting in as it broke that side. 10 contracts, and I got out in lots of 5. So first 5, I'm out of right there. Second 5, I'm out of right there. And that's my 5. Come right there and look down at the volume. You see I'm getting out of my 5. But let's do this right here. So I got out of 5 of them for 127. Got out the next 5 as it pulled back a little bit, losing a penny per contract. Not bad. Not bad. And you do see, even though this pushed up a little bit higher, it might have made a couple of more pennies over there. 31. So $4 on 10 contracts. That's 40 bucks. That's sizable. But that was our Apple trade. Like I said, Apple had been in this down channel. But once we got right here and you see this consolidation, I was like, okay, this is not looking bad to go higher. We can at least trade this up to the top of this channel. Didn't quite let it get up there. Made 45 bucks on the trade. So solid trade right there. And let's look at this last one. SPX. This was something a little different, like I say, than I usually will trade. One thing that I noticed, I don't see volume on this chart. And I was like, what is up with that? Let me throw a $ in front of it though and see if it changes it. Nope. So it does not need the $ like it has in TRADERVUE. So this one here, I traded at the very end of the day. Very end of the day. These are same day expiration contracts. They expire out quickly at the end of the day. Thought I paid $20 for this contract. I actually paid $25. So like I said, Spark was watching this and he was telling me how they work and how they move quickly. So my thought on this was, I want a very cheap contract that if it expires worthless, I'm good with that. So I was risking the entire amount of this contract to make whatever I was going to make off of it. So I paid $25 for the contract. Thought I paid 20. This thing pulls back. And the reason I took it, you notice I had dropped just the line going up and a line going down. This was kind of in a wedge. I had this in a little wedge and it was trading to the high side of the wedge. So I'm playing it to break the high side of the wedge. We do have the hourly 50 right there. We do have the previous day's close right there. But we get in right there. This thing comes back down. It's moved. This thing's moved so quickly. So it's down $5. So at this point, I'm like, okay, looks like I just made a donation of 25 bucks. Nope. Bam. We get this move. I had my target already in the system set for $20. Because again, I'm thinking that I'm paying 20 for the contract. So if I can make 20, that's 100%. So this thing pops. I get out in this candle as it's coming up because my target is in the system. It just tags me. This thing goes and makes a high of 70 cents, y'all. That was $25 more. That was $25 more. So I could have made $50 or $45 on this trade, on a $20 or $25 investment. I could have made $50, but that's SPX. So I'll be looking for those again. I will be looking for those again at the end of the day. If I'm sitting down at my desk, if the market is closing in a trend, whether it be an uptrend or a downtrend, if it's near the key area of one of my channels where it can bounce, that's a trade I'll take every day of the week. This thing moved about, I got in, let's call it 39.64. I got out at about 39.69. That was a 5-point move on a $20 investment, and I made 100% on the trade. That's not bad. That's not bad. Thing is, I'm not willing to risk $100 on a trade like that to make $100. I'm not really willing to risk $200 to try to make 200, but I'll risk 20. I'll risk 20 to make 20. I'll risk 20 to make more than that. Preferably don't want to risk 20 to make only 10, which is still not bad. You're still making a profit, but if I could risk 20 and make 20, so 100% gain, that's not bad. The same thing. If you make 10, that's still a 50% gain on your money, but you are taking a chance on it expiring worthless and losing that entire investment of only 10 bucks. So appreciate y'all checking me out as always. If you have not already hit that like button, if you could do that right now, I would appreciate it. I usually don't ask at the beginning, but I will ask at the end if you've made it this far in the video. So if you have not hit that like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. I've had people tell me in the past, look at futures. Had people tell me, look at SPX. I am trying to diversify. It's good to be locked in on one thing, but when that one thing is not moving, you do need some other opportunities. And if your strategy is a good strategy, it should work across all of those different vehicles. It should be able to work across options, futures, equities. It should be able to work against all of them. So that's all I'm trying to do, is diversify and have more things to trade. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up and we'll be back at it again tomorrow. Peace.